got the next show coming up here live. This is one of my favorite shows. We've got all these shows on 22 West. This is the wrestling show. Does he have his? Usually he brings his belt with them.
Do you have your belt with you?
Yes, I do.
Oh, he does have his belt. Okay, this is so cool. I love
there
this.
it is.
Yes.
Bringing it up. There
yes.
We go. Let's get it on the live stream.
Yes, you guys look at he is so cool. I love it.
Tell us what's coming up today.
So Beyond the Ropes, and we're doing like a fantasy league type of thing. So we each have our own wrestling show that we're going to start writing.
No kidding.
That's
awesome. That's Rob Flores. And you've got your co-host with you?
Yes.
Okay, great. And that's coming up right next here on 22 West Radio.
Long Beach, Los Angeles.
Yeah! That legal ID.
And our world broadcasting tag team champions of the world.
And an exciting episode of Beyond the Ropes. We're outside. Everyone can see us now. Terrific. Yeah, a different experience for us. We've been on radio organization, and the first time we've ever been outside.
So much different.
Isn't it?
So cool.
And we got mics on our headphones too. So, yeah, just doing a lot of back and hosting conference. So this is a big week for everyone. We're trying to get used to in the classes, all schedule and everything. So very excited. How was your first couple of days so far?
Oh man, I was just trying to get used to it. I was just hoping, no more, please.
No, I've really got a lot of reading to do, so very excited. Of course, you can give us a like on Facebook, facebook.com/Beyond the Ropes, and you'll find additional content there. And you can find us on YouTube, youtube.com/Rob Flores, correct? Rob Flores Media. And you'll find all our episodes there. This is episode 65. 65 of Beyond the Ropes. What an episode. So let's get started. So this week, we're just going to finish up with our draft.
Yeah, we got a few names. This is good. I remember the...
Alright, cool. So we're going to start our fantasy league on Facebook, facebook.com/Beyond the Ropes, as I mentioned. And it's going to be very exciting. We're each going to book our own wrestling show. And so it's going to be very unique. And you'll have to follow us on Facebook there to see how that goes. But we're going to finish up our draft in the next couple of minutes. So should we get started on that? Yeah. Alright, so who's going to pick first?
I'll let you go. Go ahead.
You want me to pick first? Alright. So, this one? Alright. Cool. Tasha Fuentes. Alright, so I got an announcer for mine. Are we taking notes here? Or are we just...
Oh, yeah.
This way. So, this week, I mean, we've got more matches for Hell in a Cell. Of course, Made. It was announced that Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman are officially going to go inside Hell in a Cell for the Universal Championship. We saw Braun return, so that was big. That was, he's now united with Drew and Dolph. So it looks like we'll be seeing them versus the Shield at Super Showdown in Australia. So Rob is getting his next pick here, and we got Mark Henry. Isn't he retired?
Well, it turns out I was looking online.
Is he? Alright, you can leave him. No complaints there. Alright, so we're going to our draft here. And we're picking up the last couple of people that we essentially either didn't want or just didn't choose. So we're picking them out of our hats. Oh look, my favorite. Jason Troy.
Oh,
Alright, so he's on mine. And you can track it, yeah. Make sure you put him in the right brand. Of course, are we currently on any... We're not live.
Yet.
Okay. So we're not live right now. But usually we are on now and live me, so be sure to stay tuned for those. Bob is getting his next pick. Sergeant, did you pick from the alumni?
No, anybody, how many people have a religious contract?
Oh, okay. I didn't include those people. Alright. Okay. That's cool. We have a few people watching. That's exciting. That was my next pick? Alright. Alright. We're just starting the piece. I think everyone's trying to do the homework. It's kind of fun. Silver Bernini for my next seat. Alright, cool. I'm a big Brazilian guy. Well, that should be fun. He's coming to my brand, Monday Night Raw. Okay. Because you don't know if we're live or not.
No, I think I'm
Awesome, awesome. So, this past Monday on Raw, it was a big episode. I mean, we saw the debut of the new general manager, Baron Corbin, and he's actually doing a pretty good job. He's got the way he's running things is very obviously heel, because he's a heel, and if you don't know what that means, he's a bad guy essentially. But he's doing a pretty good job. He made some big matches for the next couple of weeks, and it should be exciting to see what he's going to do. Kevin Owens did quit. Did you hear about that?
No.
No, but he did after he suffered another loss he suffered a loss to a great match with Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental Championship. Kevin Owens lost and he quit, so I wonder what the storyline is going to be for him moving forward. You got the returning the Colognes, Primo and Epico. They returned on SmackDown. They competed in the triple threat tag team match where they faced off against The Bar and Gallows and Anderson.
I was hearing you say the name Kevin. I was like,
You wrote him down.
Yeah.
I think he's on my part. Is he on my part?
He's on yours.
Alright. So my next pick is going to be... I got these rolled up pretty good. Got another announcer here, Byron Saxton. Who does commentary for SmackDown Live, but he's going over to my turn. What am I going to do with all these announcers? I have no idea. We already have like 50 superstars each, so. Rob is getting his next pick. Funaki. He's an announcer for the Japanese. You can have a Japanese commentator too now? Yeah. Very exciting stuff. Next. No Way Jose, alright. We got a wrestler at least. I mean, someone I could use. So that should be good. Your next pick is going to be coming up. Very exciting stuff. Oh, okay. Tatanka is under the Legends contract. I did not include the Legends in the original pick, but that's fine. I mean, at this point, whoever we can get is cool. First week is cool. I got, she's not.
Apparently.
I've got Dana Warrior, the Widow, the Ultimate Warrior. Can I have Ultimate Warrior? Can I come back? I don't know what I'm going to do with these non-wrestlers on my brand. Be sure to tune in on Monday, facebook.com/Beyond the Ropes. Again, I cannot emphasize it enough. You got Brie Bella, alright. She just returned to action. Well, she will be returning to action next week, because she made her comeback yesterday. And, or earlier this week. And she will be teaming with her sister to take on the Riot Squad on Monday Night Raw. And she will compete at Hell in a Cell, teaming with her husband Daniel Bryan against The Miz and Maurice. And it's my next pick. How many picks did you put in? Did you count? Just random people? Alright. My next pick is Aiden English. Alright. I really like getting some wrestling on this. People like you, so I'm happy. Alright, well, let's get his next pick. Exciting stuff. course. Eve Torres, she's not in the contract, is she? Which list did you look at? Alright. I think so. Let's see. I got the Singh brother. Alright. So, you got gender, right? So I got Samir and Sunil, which I believe one of them's injured. Let's get Samir, I can be wrong. Well, Rob is getting his next pick from the hat. Here. Of course, 22 West Radio is broadcasting live all day today, correct? So 4 o'clock? That is not right. How did you... What list are you... Okay. I don't know what list you got this from. You got The Rock, apparently. I don't... Did you look under the alumni section? Because if they're in the alumni, they're not even signed.
There's a contract. There's even an article that says like Jordan is to be released because of the movies.
He's not doing anything besides movies and not appearing, so... let's see who else we got here. So I got the other one. Can I trade her? Nikki Bella. I got Nikki Bella. Perfect. I'm excited. See if you can hear by the sound of my voice. 22 West Radio is broadcasting live till 4 p.m. Correct, right? So be sure to check in all day long. Rob is getting his next pick here. Who's Rob gonna get? It could be literally anyone. Okay, well, that makes sense. I got the list. He's put up the eight couple here. That's not good. That's not good. Alright, so my next pick, we're winding down, yeah? There's 2 more picks after this, so I don't know if it's going to be given. Oh, terrific. Roger Wells. Can I get some legends or what? Oh my goodness. Alright, so we each, I guess we're going to get one more pick. So you got one, I got one, so let's open it together here. Let's see who we got. Papers are flying around here. You got Kayla Braxton, okay, she's an announcer. Alright, okay. And I've got, trying to get this open, JoJo. Alright, another announcer. Perfect. And we finished our draft. Are we going to head to a commercial break? There is no break. For live talk, all talk. Let's do a break. Alright. There's no commercial, no live. We're ending the show at 10:50, correct? So, yeah, we have to class. So, let's talk about our first, I know we'll do the wrestling podcast, but how was, I guess, your first big? Was it hectic?
Well, it was really something because we had a television class. Obviously, beachboard.
Oh, beachboard, yeah. Beachboard acting up.
Yes.
That's lovely.
That was really something.
Mm-hmm. My first day was, I mean, I have 3 straight classes in a row. So right after this, I have to go 3 straight classes, no break. There's a lot of people who should take more than that in a single day. Congratulations to you. We all need to graduate. But, let's get back to some last stuff here. So Hell in a Cell. So I guess we can discuss the matches so far. Hell in a Cell is coming up in about 2.5, 3 weeks, and the Universal Championship Braun Strowman will take on Roman Reigns. Jeff Hardy will now take on Randy Orton in a Hell in a Cell match. AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe has been confirmed, and Charlotte will likely take on Becky Lynch after these actions this past week. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on Braun Strowman cashing in his win on the bank contract for this match at Hell in a Cell?
It's going to be really something. Braun Strowman, I think he would have been better if he would have taken the rankings and waited till his Braun was
Right, that would have been a good transitional heel turn by Strowman, but that wasn't the case. Even though he did turn heel, he still cashed in. Like, he turned in the contract to the acting general manager, Baron Corbin. And I don't know how I feel about it, because you're right. It would have been cool if there was like a sneak cash in that we always typically see between these main event contracts. But that was not the case. So another match we have is Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton inside a Hell in a Cell match. What are your thoughts on this one? Because this has been a heated feud for the last 2 months or so.
I thought that Jeff was really going to be sidelined for a while.
Yeah, it seemed like he has been in pain with his knee or his back or everything, especially when he took the bump at SummerSlam. He did a swanton bump on the apron. Completely just crazy stunt. And that was pretty tough because, as you mentioned, like he looks like he's in pain every time he goes out to the ring. And so, do you think he's going to jump off the Hell in a Cell structure? He's done it on TV. He won't do it at live events. I've noticed that. I would not be surprised if he were to do it. If he were to do it on the cell or something crazy. Because that's what Jack has always stated, that toward the end of his career, he always wanted to be inside a Hell in a Cell match. And so this is the perfect opportunity. It's the perfect opponent. Randy Orton is, doing probably the best work he's done in the last couple of years as a heel. And so, it should be a great match. Another match that will take place at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view in a couple of weeks is Brie Bella and Daniel Bryan taking on the Miz and Reigns. I'm not happy about the Bella being back. I'll let you know. I don't know how you feel about it. It seems like they're just they're not needed in this women division anymore.
Well, I think that they've been around quite a while, and I think Daniel Bryan kind of understands
It works for Daniel Bryan. I don't. I think my main problem is them showing up on Raw as well. They showed up on Raw and now they'll be teaming together, Brie and Nikki, on Raw, take on the Riot Squad, and you know they're gonna win, obviously. And it's not exciting stuff for me, at least. And so hopefully something interesting comes out of it. Obviously, the Evolution pay-per-view is coming in October 27th, I believe. And so it should be interesting to see how everything is booked. Speaking of Evolution, Trish Stratus returned on Raw. Did you hear about that? Yeah, she did. Elias was coming out and talking trash about Toronto, as he always does, talking trash about the city he's in, because he's given a live performance. And he ended up getting interrupted by Toronto's own Trish Stratus. And it was a good back and forth promo. He even said, like, sorry, I don't walk with women in their 60s. Complete insult. And himself a slash forward. It was a very tense stuff, I guess. There's a fighting situation back. And obviously she will take on the next place of the Evolution pay-per-view in October. That's kind of a dream match. I mean, you kind of see a lot of shade from Alexa Bliss. Excuse me, Trish Stratus, no Alexa Bliss. So, hopefully we get a good match out of that. I expect it to be entertaining. A little bit more recap. Let's see. I mentioned the IC title match, Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. Phenomenal match. These guys just tear it down every single week. And I'd say, Kevin Owens has done so much work being thrown off steel cages, being thrown off ladders, being put in 4 classes. And he really had a back couple of months. So much so that he quit in the middle of the ring after the match was over. And we don't know where he's going, but there's a lot of speculation. Never else. That's That's right. I just realized we should have been calling a match. Yeah. A match. That's right. We have the same.
We got the angle back here. It's time for one's first back angle.
Yeah, that's right. Get our backs over. Yes, this is a very unique situation for us. So, as you can tell, we're very excited. Hopefully we get to do this more often in the future. But yeah, we are currently on live meeting, right? How do we find us there? Over the comments, any people? Yeah, okay. Yeah, we got. Are we getting live?
Yeah, it's something.
Awesome. So there's rumors that Canales could be contending for the Universal Championship very soon, due to his recent quitting. Yes, so he could be brought back from Angle to kind of shake up the Universal title scene, which would be exciting, you know. Yeah, now I'm really bummed out we didn't think of a match. We should have thought of a match to bring up to call, because that would have been fun. Baron Corbin and the Finn Balor feud is continuing. Kind of wanted it to end after SummerSlam, after the squash match Balor had. But essentially Baron Corbin made a match with Finn Balor. Midway through the match, Baron Corbin used a steel chair and announced during that time that it was now a no disqualification match, and he got the victory over Finn. So obviously,
It helps him build him up as a heel.
it's definitely building up Baron Corbin as a heel. I don't know exactly how far this is going to go, but it was exciting. It was a pretty exciting episode. Raw, kind of unexpected. Rumors are saying that Kurt Angle is coming back as a wrestler. That was a reason for his.
I thought that would save that for Jason Jordan to come back.
Oh no! Rumors are saying that he's not coming back. That he could end up as a producer. But yeah, Kurt Angle could be coming back as a full-time wrestler. He's what, 46, I think, 47, and apparently he's training to possibly come back instead of a general manager as a wrestler. Probably to retire, as he should. You know, he should have one last big WrestleMania match. So he obviously can still go. So I expect some big matches in the near future from him. Bobby Lashley destroyed the Ascension in a 2-on-1 handicap match.
Oh, that's not surprising, because having the MMA fighter, you know, beat them up.
Yeah, I mean, he totally destroyed them. This was another surprise match because Corbin made this match without giving Lashley his opponents until they came out. So he has obviously another heel tactic there from Corbin. I wonder if Corbin's going to put himself in the Universal title scene.
That'd be cool.
I don't know if he'd win it, but I think it would be cool if he just put himself in a match and decide. Because they've been saying, you know, Braun Strowman turned in his contract, his Money in the Bank contract already to Corbin. There's been rumors saying that Corbin could make the Hell in a Cell match between Strowman and Roman just a regular match. That it didn't need a cash in, and he could just use the briefcase or give Owens a briefcase to cash it in. You know, so because Strowman relinquished it, so we'll see how that goes. What are your thoughts on Strowman as a heel?
I mean, he's always been.
He's always been a heel, essentially, but there have been a lot of people against it because it's part of the Roman agenda where they're trying to get Roman over, and they turned Strowman officially heel this week.
And it's not really. Once they had the whole Alexa Bliss thing, you had potential of marriage.
With Strowman?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. Another heel turn that wasn't really working is Becky Lynch. She's getting Stone Cold vibes. And it's not just the reaction, but a lot of people online are saying it too. And it seems like the WWE could be moving forward with that, where essentially not one person's a heel or a face, but Becky and Charlotte each have a problem with each other, and neither. It's just kind of you cheer and boo who you want. seems like they're gonna move forward with that. They're not gonna try and make Becky a heel per se. She'll do the heel stuff, but essentially she's gonna get that crowd reaction. Charlotte was getting booed when Becky came out to attack her.
I mean, you'd imagine though these feuds between every one of the 4 horsewomen, they're gonna get over anyways, because potentially they're supposed to already get started with the whole Ronda Rousey and her friends facing that.
I don't know how close that is to being though, because
Shayna already teamed up with the other two.
Shayna's ready for main roster. Ronda, I mean, she could get better, but she's essentially
showed up in a house show.
Right. They've only had a couple of matches, so they're still very inexperienced. I don't know how good they are. They could be as good as, Rousey and Baszler so far.
Yeah, well, I mean, it helps with their MMA background. They're being used to, being superb athletes already.
Absolutely, I agree. And I don't know, I just feel like they need to be built up on NXT a little more. Because Shayna's already built up. She's obviously a former NXT Women's Champion. So, she has a name for herself. Obviously, Rousey is a current Raw Women's Champion. She's leading that division. And so, we've got some bugs out here.
I know,
Terrific.
technical difficulties from outdoor nature.
Some of the cons of being outside. But yeah, I don't know if the 4 horsewomen, because obviously Charlotte, Becky, Sasha, and Bayley, they're all women's champions, former women's champions. They know what they're doing in the ring.
Well, I mean, the others have held the belt, but probably in like MMA though.
Right, and I don't know how big Marina and Jessamine Duke
And I did not
have
know
big.
that one of them is actually married to a WWE superstar.
Right, Marina is married to Raj Strong, and they have a child together too. So, I mean, it keeps it in the family, obviously, being a part of WWE and NXT. But yeah, I would say, I don't know, give it to WrestleMania or something. There was
I was about to say November Survivor Series.
well, no.
Tags.
Well, that's where it was rumored, not at Evolution.
That'd be something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I mean,
November is in 3
it was
months.
always exciting to have the elimination style type matches.
Oh, and I'm sure they're gonna have a couple, definitely. But I don't know about the 4 horsewomen one. I need to be sold on it more. If they build it up right, it'll be good. So, I expect them to be pretty good. Super Showdown is happening in 6 weeks. It's in Australia, and apparently there's going to be over 70,000 people in attendance. It's going to be WrestleMania big. The biggest match that they're selling is between 2 men that will face each other for the last time. The Undertaker and Triple H.
Why?
Some people are asking that too. It's going to sell tickets.
Yeah, but it's potentially risking Undertaker being able to compete at WrestleMania. It's not really necessary.
I mean, I'm sure they're careful with each other. I'm sure this match isn't going to go more than 10 minutes. I'm smelling some food. We're near the food court. It's breakfast time.
Oh man.
Should have just brought breakfast out here, or just eat it while we're doing the show.
This is still so cool.
Yeah, it's kind of the biggest show outside of WrestleMania so far. Obviously, they had the greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia in April, but that wasn't 70,000 people. That was, there was probably 30, maybe 40,000, maybe. But this is definitely being built as one of the big ones. John Cena is returning as well. Did you see his match? Now he will be returning to take on, to team with Bobby Lashley to take on Elias and Kevin Owens. Which obviously Kevin Owens quit, so I don't know if he'll be back by then or what the storyline is. But that's going to be a tag team match.
That's gonna be something.
Yeah, unique pairing because they have Cena and Lashley, which is okay. That kind of makes sense, I guess. Then you have Kevin Owens and Elias, which I don't know. Owens has had history with Cena. Elias has had history with Cena. Elias had brief history with Lashley, but there's no really pairing, I guess. So this is kind of a odd match, I guess. Another match that was announced was Daniel Bryan taking on The Miz, where the winner will earn a future WWE Championship match. So I would assume the loser of the Hell in a Cell mixed tag match is going to win this one. We lost the connection out here on Live Beat. As always, technical difficulties on Beyond the Ropes. It wouldn't be an episode without it. Of course, you can follow us at Twitter at EthanMB95 and
Rob Flores Media.
And
Here I am looking for a microphone. That's fine.
yeah, we had the microphones on a different perspective of the gentleman. And so, yeah, it looks like we'll be getting another Miz Daniel Bryan singles match. Do you think Daniel Bryan's gonna get this one or Miz?
Miz.
You think Miz is gonna win again in the singles match?
Yeah, I mean, it'll frustrate him and lead to another match probably.
I could see Daniel Bryan Miz at WrestleMania for the title. I could see it going that far. I mean, they built that feud 8 years in the making. Why not take it to WrestleMania for the title? So that should be good. The Shield is reunited, and they will take on Braun Strowman, Dolph, and Drew McIntyre. I see the Shield winning. Obviously, I think. I there's really no reason behind it. I think Roman's gonna retain at Hell in a Cell, and then the Shield is gonna win again at Super Showdown. So.
Network error. Okay.
All right, so we won't be going on live.
No Wi-Fi.
No Wi-Fi around here. The Revival beat the B Team in a tag team match on title on Raw.
That should not happen, dude.
That should not happen.
No. Come on, the B team, they need their chance finally.
No. They have not been built correctly. They've been built as a comedy act, and they shouldn't be holding those tag team titles.
I mean, so was, Daniel Bryan and Kane at one point, pretty much a comedy act.
Yeah, but that was good. The B team's not good. The B team's not good. Oh, they look horribly weak. And
they just need to build Axel right.
they need to build both of them right. If they were just winning matches consistently and being good, then sure. They're not bad wrestlers or anything. Their characters are horrible. It's comical. Their music is terrible. They have like cheerleading music almost. I don't know. It's not good. The Revival said the comedy act team is, done with. It's time for a real tag team to win those titles. It's time to legitimize this tag team division, which is true. There is no tag division on Raw. As we saw on SmackDown, there is a legit tag division on there.
I could have seen if Sandow was still around and Axel still had that whole Hogan and Macho storyline, they would have probably still put the belts on them.
That would have been entertaining because you had Hogan and Randy Savage. So I mean, yeah. Well, obviously the Hogan stuff you can't.
And then they would have had like a different Miss Elizabeth or something going on.
That would have been funny. That would have been hilarious. Speaking of Hogan, the NWO is back.
Oh, brother!
Did you see
That's
that?
really something.
Did you see that?
I can't believe that. That is really something.
They're going on tour. The Too Sweet tour. Are you going to that? Are we gonna go?
Man.
Should we go?
Where's that gonna be at again?
I don't know if they've announced any dates, but they have an official announcement, October 27th, I think that's the day of Evolution, the pay-per-view. But yeah, they officially made a couple of videos where they announced that they're going on tour, the Too Sweet tour. I'm assuming across the United States at least. And we'll get to meet the NWO.
And I know that he mentioned something about like the first 100, I think, get VIP. They get to like do a Q&A session with them.
That's right. The first 100 people will get a Q&A session.
The biggest legends in the business.
Yeah, 3 of the biggest stars with probably the most famous group in all of pro wrestling of all time.
Oh yeah.
So that should be good. All In is this weekend. Do you believe that?
That's going to be amazing.
That is going to... You know what? We need to give predictions on All In. I'm going to look up the card. And we're going to give our predictions. You know, we always give our predictions for WWE pay-per-views. Why not give it for the biggest independent wrestling pay-per-view event happening this Saturday? So, All In is obviously being funded by Cody Rhodes and Nick and Matt Jackson, the Young Bucks. And this is kind of a big thing because they're going to have it in Chicago, which is a heavy pro wrestling town. And they've got some of the biggest names in independent pro wrestling today. So I'm going to look up the card here. I'm currently on Wikipedia. So what they're going to do is called... they have the a 0 hour, which is essentially the pre-show. It's called All In 0 Hour. It's going to take place on WGN America, so it's on regular television, so anyone can see it. The first match that is taking place is the over budget battle royal. It will feature Jordan Grace, Moose, Rocky Romero, Colt Cabana, Ethan Page, Brian Cage, Billy Gunn, Jimmy Jacobs, Marco Stunt, Brandon Cutler, Punishment Martinez, and there are likely more names to be announced.
Wow.
And the winner will get to face Jay Lethal for the Ring of Honor Championship later that night on the main card.
You know, with all the talk going around, I mean, Colt Cabana.
I was thinking Colt's gonna win this match.
I did not expect him and Punk also to have something going on right now.
Yeah, they've got an ongoing, I guess, trial. I don't think it's on trial, but it's in. Yeah, essentially, there's some heat between the former best friends, Colt Cabana and CM Punk, which I think we've talked about on the show before.
I mean, they mentioned, I guess, that Punk lived with Cabana for a bit.
Yeah, I don't know. This is probably years ago. I haven't heard anything about it.
That's really something.
Yeah. But anyways, I'm picking Colt Cabana to win this over budget battle royal. You say the same. So we're both predicting that he'll go on to face Jay Lethal for the Ring of Honor Championship later on in the show. Another pre-show match taking place, will be a triple threat. Is it a triple? No, it's just a tag team match. The Briscoe brothers, Jay Briscoe and Mark Briscoe, will take on SoCal Uncensored members Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky.
Oh yeah, Frankie.
Yeah, I'm going with SoCal Uncensored.
Yeah.
They've been on the most recent episodes of Being the Elite. I don't know if you've seen that YouTube show that they have, but it's phenomenal, and they're always great. So I'm going with SoCal Uncensored here as well. And we mentioned the over the butt. I think those are the only two matches that are taking place in the 0 hour edition of All In. So now we're going to get to the main card here. It will be Joey Janela with Penelope Ford to take on Hangman Page, and it was just announced, I believe yesterday or the day before, that it will be a Chicago street fight. So who do you got here? Are you familiar with these two guys?
Who are they again?
Joey Janela and Hangman Page.
I'm not familiar with the Joey one. Who's Joey?
Joey Janela is an up-and-coming independent talent. He has hosted his kind of own WrestleMania show during WrestleMania weekend a couple of times. So he's got a bit of a name to himself. He's still up-and-coming though. And obviously Hangman Page is a member of the Bullet Club.
Oh, Hangman Page.
I'm going with Joey Janela because Hangman Page allegedly on the Being the Elite show killed Joey Ryan. So in Japan. So that's the ongoing story there. And I'm seeing Joey Ryan returns from the dead, quote unquote, to help Joey Janela win this match. So I'm going Janela on this. Next match, Christopher Daniels taking on the Arrow himself, Stephen Amell.
Yeah, Stephen Amell's gonna win that.
You got Stephen Amell?
Yeah.
this is Stephen Amell's first singles match. He's been in a couple matches, but they've been tag team. This is his first singles match. You got Stephen Amell?
Yeah.
I'll go with Christopher Daniels.
I don't think they signed an actor to be willing to lose right away.
I think Steven, he's had a couple matches already. I think he can lose. I think he can lose this one. Alright, so we're going, so far I think we've gone, well besides the pre-show, we've gone separate. So let's go with the only women's match on the card, but it's a fatal 4-way. Madison Rayne, Britt Baker, Chelsea Green, and Tessa Blanchard.
Oh, Tessa Blanchard.
You got Tessa Blanchard? Alright. It's hard to argue with Tessa the way she's being pushed in TNA. But I'm going to go with Madison Rayne on this one. She just made an appearance in the Mayan Classic. And so I think she'll take it. Next up, for the Ring of Honor World Championship, Jay Lethal versus the winner of the over-the-budget Battle Royal, who we think is going to be Colt Cabana. Who do we have there?
If it's Cabana, then Cabana wins. If not, Jay Lethal stays champion.
I think Jay's going to retain it either way.
Okay.
So I'd say Jay's going to retain it regardless of who wins. Next up, it'll be Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker, taking on the villain, Marty Scurll.
Okada.
Marty Scurll.
Oh.
I got Scurll on this one. Scurll has been made fun of by Okada in the Being the Elite show. Okada's been constantly teasing Marty's gonna appear in 205 Live. So I'm saying Scurll on this one. Next up, Kenny Omega versus Pentagon Jr.
Pentagon. Not everybody can win from the faction.
Which is why I'm going with Pentagon as well.
Yeah.
I think all, with the exception of...
The important thing is that Cody wins the NWA belt.
I don't know if he's going to win it.
That's the most important thing.
But that's the next match is going to be for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. Nick Aldis defends against Cody Rhodes with Brandi Rhodes. You think Cody's going to take this one?
He has to.
He doesn't have to.
He has to.
You think he has to?
It's required.
It's required? It's a requirement that a Rhodes member has to win the title?
Yeah.
This is a tough one for me because I could see Cody win it, but I could see someone costing him the title. And I'm predicting that's going to be the case. Nick Aldis is going to retain the title. Cody may win it in another show, but I don't think he's going to win it at this one. And the main event, it will be Rey Mysterio, Phoenix, and Bandito taking on the Golden Elite, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, and Kota Ibushi.
Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Lucha team. So for the most part, I think we disagree on a lot of these predictions, but which is good. But next week's episode, you'll have to tune in to give so we can review this. I don't know if we'll be able to watch it. So it will be available on traditional pay-per-view outlets, Fight TV app. So I don't know if that's free or not. I don't think it is. And it'll be available on the Honor Club and will later be available on NJPW World streaming service. So hopefully we'll be able to at least watch some clips on it. It's going to be a great show. It's the biggest independent show, over 10,000 people in attendance. Should be fun. This was, again, built and created by Cody and the Young Bucks. So it's going to be a good show. I expect some surprises. I don't know if that means there's going to be more appearances by anyone, but, you know, maybe a few surprises there. We have getting into our last 5 minutes here. Let's take a selfie in front of this for their titles. Awesome. And so this is exciting stuff. Next week we're back in the studio.
Yeah.
Officially back.
We added a new location to the locations we've done.
Yeah, we've been in a small little studio. Yeah. We've been in another one next to it.
And an office.
And that was just in our previous.
And that one had a guest appearance from a gecko.
That's right, we had a gecko in one. And then we had. Then we came here.
Yeah.
We've been in the room there.
Yeah. The small one and the big one.
Have we been on the small one?
We started in the small one, I think. Where we had an episode where we had to go to the small one, I think.
That's right. Wow, I don't remember that, but you're right. I believe we did. And so, yeah, next week we'll return to our usual studio. Make sure you give us a follow on Facebook. Facebook.com/Beyond the Ropes. Starting Monday, myself and Rob will give our first fantasy bookings.
One more thing, too.
Yeah, no,
we
ahead.
totally forgot to get refs, and I want Charles Robinson.
Okay. I don't care which ref I get.
All right. He's the only ref I think that has some kind of background, though.
I mean, yeah, Little H, obviously, of course. I don't have time to pick refs. I gotta build my storylines. I gotta focus on the actual competitors.
And perhaps you can make one of your announcers a ref.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. We have over 60 superstars on the roster each, so hopefully we can use them all. Of course, YouTube. Search us up on YouTube. Beyond the Ropes. We have 63 episodes, 64 episodes so far.
Yep.
This 65th episode will be up sometime next week, hopefully. Twitter, @EthanandB95.
Rob Flores Media.
And of course, just listen to us. I don't know. You know, hashtag ask questions every Thursday. We're getting ready to sign off pretty soon. Any last minute wrestling talk we have? Any buzzworthy news?
Well, I've heard that Elias has been getting comparisons to The Rock lately.
Probably with the concerts, yeah. Definitely with the concerts, I would say. Looking up some wrestling news here. I do have Wi-Fi, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Terry Funk is apparently battling some health issues. I did read that in the morning. Let me see, so I don't know if it's going to load, but here it comes. He has been forced to miss his appearances at StarCast and All In, which are happening this weekend. He has an abdominal hernia. Ooh, that sounds painful. So hopefully he gets well soon. We wish him the best. We obviously don't want any of wrestlers getting seriously hurt or sick. So we wish him well. Also, is Matt Hardy becoming broken again? There's rumors that he's becoming broken again. Whether or not he's going to compete in the ring is still yet to be determined, but a YouTube video earlier this week revealed that he's teasing that he's still becoming broken. They do it, but he's not wrestling a lot. He wrestles maybe once a month or something. He still make appearances. As long as he's in the Hardy compound, that's all that matters. He hasn't done the leg drop in a while. But yeah, hopefully that happens. NXT UK star Toni Storm was injured also this week. Hopefully best wishes to her. She's a phenomenal talent. But we're getting ready to sign off here. I want to thank you for tuning in. Beyond the Ropes. We have a show after us. There's literally no one on. Alright. So we'll see. But we're signing off here. And so we want to thank you for tuning in.
This is such a wonderful set. It's such a cool different thing.
Absolutely. Thank you for tuning in. Once again, I mean, this episode has been too sweet.